Okay, everybody, welcome back to episode number 4 of the Super Helpful IT Guy, also known as S-Hit. I am this hit. Okay, so in the last episodes, I created a Windows server. Well, I have realized that I was using a different network. So if I go to my main computer and I type in CMD and I type in ipconfig/all, I did this a few times. Didn't really register me that I did anything wrong until I tried to connect my computer to the domain. So we're on different networks. It's not going to work. So by DHCP, my house environment is 192.168. And in my server, I tried to set it as 10.10.10.1. I've chosen to pull my server over into my working environment and continue there. So I put it on my home network, and I'm going to work from there. So I changed the IP address, and that's all I've done so far. I've just changed the IP address of my server, and yeah. Okay, so now I'm actually going to create a DHCP server. So you guys who don't have a home network, you're setting everything up from absolute scratch, and you want a DHCP server. So we're going to do that. So eventually I'm going to get rid of the DHCP server that's in my home. I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to go ahead and create it. So go to Manage, Add Roles and Features, click Next. We want it role-based as well, click Next. My pretty cool domain, click Next. Okay, so I want to add DHCP. I'm going to add the default features, click Next. Just everything else is default until you get it installed. Restart if necessary, install. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set a range of IP addresses that are still within the range of my home network. And I'll have two DHCP servers handing out IP addresses in these that can match the same range. However, they're not going to hand out the exact same IP addresses. So my home address that hands out everything from 150 to 254. So this server, I'm going to hand out everything from let's just say 50 to 70. I'm not going to need a lot. I'm just going to need very little, but we'll teach you how to do all that stuff. Okay, so it's finished up. My DHCP server role has appeared over here on the left. I need to complete the configuration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually commit to it. Click Next. I want to use my credentials for S-Hit to commit. Click Commit. Click Close. Okay. So I have committed for my domain to use this DHCP server. However, I still need to set it up to configure it. So we're going to go to Tools, go down to DHCP, click on that. I'm going to expand this for you guys. Bring this over here so we can see what I'm looking at. I'm going to expand my domain, and I'm going to be using IP version 4 because honestly, I don't really understand 6 that much. A little bit. I understand a little bit, not a whole lot. So I'm going to right click on, or I'm going to open up IP version 4. I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to select New Scope. Click Next. Okay. The scope name, I'm going to name it, let's just say 50 to 70. 20, that should be enough. And this will be my lab. Okay. Click Next. So it doesn't really matter. This name means absolutely nothing when it's in production, just to help you keep it organized. So, okay, so the starting IP address is 192.168.88.50. And the ending IP address is 192.168.88.70. Okay. So got that, click Next. I don't want any exclusions. I'll click Next. I want the 8 days. Okay, configure the options. Yes, I want to configure the options. The default gateway is 192.168.88.1. How do I know that? If I go to my command prompt and I type in ipconfig My default gateway is right here. Okay. I can also do that on my home, my work computer, my I don't know what you call this thing. IP config / all. I'll go up. My default gateway is right here. So I have that as my default gateway. Go back to DC. Add. Next. Okay. So for DNS servers, I have the server I'm working on, DC, and I have the one that my ISP router has. My Soho router is this one. Click next. Win servers, I'm just going to go ahead and 192.168.88.254. Why not? Click add. Next. Do I want to activate this scope now? Sure, yes. Let's go for it. Finish. Okay, so we have the scope. It looks pretty nice. Address pool 50 to 70. Looks good. Leases. Yeah. Okay, so now I can go, let me minimize this. I can go to tools, I can go to DNS, forwarders, make sure that this is right, 192.168 that, and then Google. Okay, so I'm good to go there. Alright, so now let's give this one more try. Let's try to add my computer to the domain. So I'm going to add it. I'm going to say about domain or work group, change, domain. It was prettycool.com. Okay, I'm still not there. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to right click on our internet network settings. I'm going to edit my IP assignment, make it manual, IP version 4. Okay, so the IP address is 192.168.88. Let's give it something like 4. So that means 255.255.255.0. Gateway is 192.168.88.1, and then the DNS server, I'm not going to use 88.1. I'm going to use my server that I'm building right now, 192.168.88.254. Click save. Now, my stream stopped. Okay, so now let's see if we can add it to the domain. Oh, DNS worked. So you got to point it to the right DNS server. So I don't want to add my computer to the domain right now. I just did this as an example. So in order to add computers to your domain, you must point them to the DNS server of your domain. But setting up your DNS server also takes a little bit of back-end work as well. So you know what? I'll go ahead and add it. Why not? What is s-hit? I can always remove it from the domain. Worcestershire sauce. Okay. Welcome to the pretty cool domain. Well, thank you. Okay. And yes, it's going to restart. I'm not going to restart just yet because I need to end the episode. But this is exactly how you add a computer to the domain. Okay. I'm going to call that a day because the next thing I click is going to be restart, and I'm going to stop this recording. So, if you have any questions, ask them in the comments, and I will post another video soon. Thank you guys. Have a good day.